This is a question that I get very, very often. Is SMMA going to become saturated in the next few months? And will it be saturated going into 2022 and 2023? This is a really important question because if it's going to become saturated, you probably shouldn't enter the market. That would be like starting dropshipping, 1 or 2 years ago when it got super saturated. If you've ever started a business in a saturated market, you've probably understood how difficult that is. So basically, if the market's going to be saturated, you shouldn't go into it because it's just going to be extremely tough. It's going to be lower profit margins, there's going to be more competition, and your chances of making 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month are going to be greatly diminished. So in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to give you 5 key reasons why I personally think SMMA still has many years left before it gets saturated. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's ever going to get saturated because of the points I'm going to mention in this video. We could be looking back at this video in 10 years, still running SMMA businesses and still making a boatload of cash. So point number 1 is that in the US alone, there's roughly 30 million small to medium businesses. Now, if you look at every other country in the entire world, that number grows significantly. There's at least a minimum of 100 million small to medium businesses. The reason I'm bringing this up is that my agency and pretty much every other agency owner that I know that has an SMMA business works with either small or medium-sized businesses. They don't work with the tech giants, they don't work with the large corporations, they work with the startup or the business that's been going and is making some decent money. So when you look at that big pie of literally 100 million businesses, are they all being served? Do they all have marketing agencies? The answer is very simple, and it is no. And if we were to look at the percentage of that 100 million who have a marketing agency on board, I think that percentage would be really small. Point number 2 is that market, right, of over 100 million businesses is growing every single day. We're in an era right now where I would say there's more businesses starting now than there ever has been before. What that means is that 100 million will become 110 million. 120 million, 200 million, very soon. And if there's more businesses in the market, there's more room for SMMA business to start up to offer services to those businesses. So with a huge market, plus a market that is not declining, but a market that is growing, it's looking pretty good. In fact, it doesn't look like we're going to be saturated at all. Point number 3 is that the demand for marketing services greatly outweighs the supply of marketing services, meaning there's way more companies looking for marketing and there's way more companies that need marketing compared to the amount of people or agency owners that are offering these services to those businesses. So if you know basic economics, you know that when demand is greater than the supply, that's a pretty good thing for the suppliers. It usually means we can charge higher prices, we've got better profit margins, and we've just got more scalability because there's less of us and there's more of them. Point number 4 is that we're in an era where, again, there's a lot of cool, innovative things happening. And because of that, we've got new platforms to advertise on, and we've got new ways of marketing. In the last 1 to 2 years, we've had new platforms start and absolutely explode. You know the one I'm talking about. TikTok is the prime example. And when we look at TikTok alone, there's so many agencies now that work specifically with businesses helping them on TikTok. We've got agencies that help with content creation. We've got social media management agencies. We've got TikTok ad agencies. We've got TikTok influencer agencies. The list goes on. And TikTok is only one of those new platforms. We have some platforms that are not new, right? Such as, let's say, Snapchat and Pinterest. But there's so many more businesses now realizing that Facebook ads and Instagram ads is not the only way to run ads, right? We've got these other platforms that we can still market on. In fact, many of the clients that I work with have started taking the content that we create for them, which is primarily designed for Instagram and their Facebook page, and they're starting to post that on Pinterest. So you could literally start a Pinterest content creation agency or a Pinterest social media agency in the morning in a bit of a blue ocean, meaning that there's not many people targeting that area. Point number 5 is that you can pick an existing service, right? Facebook ads, social media management, content creation. But if you can offer that, again, on a new platform, that's unique, and that means you're going to have a USP in the market, a unique selling point. But also, if you can offer that generic service to a new niche or a niche that just hasn't been served yet, you've got yourself a USP. For example, what my agency does is nothing groundbreaking. We create content, we help with social media, and it's stuff that people have been doing for years, but we offer it to a small subset of the market, right? We don't just try and work with every business out there. We work with some coaches, we work with some e-commerce brands, but they're very, very specific. So we can tailor all of our messaging to be unique to them. We can have a unique case study for our e-commerce businesses that we work with, and we can have a unique case study for the coaches that we work with as well. So basically my point there is that even if there's, a ton of people in the marketplace that are offering social media services, Facebook ads, etc., there's still a way in which you can have great success where you just take something, spin it on its head, add a unique niche or add a unique angle, and you've got yourself a winner. And I actually have a bonus point. I know I said 5 tips or 5 points at the start, but I've actually got another one that just popped into my head. So right now with my agency, we have a lot of companies that we work with where we're not the only agency they're working with. They may have a PR agency, they'll have a full social media agency, and right now we're just a content creation agency. So we're essentially a supplement to what they're doing plus what another agency is doing with them. And the reason I bring this up is that if we get to a stage, right, where every small to medium business is working with an agency, that doesn't mean that you can't work with those businesses. Again, probably 30 to 40% of our clients have an agency of some form that they work with already. You just have to offer something different to what everyone else is doing. And if you were to join my 6-figure accelerator program, me and you would work very closely together to make sure that you have a slightly unique service that you can offer to a slightly unique niche so that you have yourself a USP and so that you're not trying to compete with everyone else, which will make you more money because you're in a blue ocean. So if you want to check that out, the link to that is going to be in the description box below. So that is a wrap, guys. I hope you got some value from this video, and I hope that all makes sense to you of why, look, SMMA is not going anywhere anytime soon. If there's one thing businesses need, it's marketing. They always will need marketing. So we're just going to adapt, we'll pivot, and we'll keep changing if we need to adapt to the businesses that need our help. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.